Hello my friends, it's Chris the Batman Statue Collector. Welcome back once again to Brotherhood of the Bat Collectibles, your one stop for all things high-end statue collecting reviews, unboxing, statue chats, and of course hit or miss videos, which is exactly what we are going to be doing today. Give you a little preview on some new pieces from our friends over at XM Studios, of course part of their DC line, and this is part of Dark Knight's Metal. And of course this is version A that we're going to be looking at. There are two different versions that we'll be talking about in this video. Both of them will go up for pre-order Thursday, October 28th of 2021. These are both quarter scale pieces, and what we're looking at first is the Red Death, again from Dark Knight's Metal. Of course this is a Flash character, but it's not actually Flash, it is actually Bruce Wayne, and that is what is going to differentiate between the two statues. Obviously this is red, this is quarter scale, there's the dimensions for you guys right there. A very, very dynamic looking statue, beautiful red colors, and here is the main face sculpt here. This is again the Red Death sculpt. Now some of you might look at this and you might say, well, haven't we seen something similar to this before? And the answer is yes, we have, and of course it's this one right here. This is the Prime 1 piece, but this is 1/3 scale. So you have to consider, yes, this piece is beautiful. I think this paint looks amazing. I really like how dynamic this Prime 1 piece is. However, the price point is going to be more, and also you're talking about a bigger amount of space that it's going to take up. So at least you have a couple of different choices here depending on what you like the best. Again, I personally like this one a little bit better, but I think they're both absolutely fantastic, and they're both going to represent this character in your collection. So anyway, let's get back to the XM piece. Again, very dynamic with the bats. The bats is what really makes this piece. Now, he is not leaning as forward as the Prime 1 piece, but you're not going to have to worry about leaning as much, of course. It's still dynamic. It still shows him in movement and in motion, but and again, the bats really help with that. So I don't worry about a lean with this piece at all, which is really, really nice. Again, beautiful colors, beautiful paintwork overall. I think they did a really nice job with this one. Obviously, you're going to get a lot of reds and blacks, not a lot of other bells and whistles color-wise with this one, but there is definitely some weathering effects, which we'll see here in some close-ups here in just a second, and also I want to show you how cool those bats are and how well they're painted. But anyway, it does come with a second portrait on this one. So this one does have the Bruce Wayne head sculpt. Again, this is, in the dark multiverse, this is, of course, Bruce Wayne, one of his many incarnations here. But I do think that the portrait looks really good. Actually, I think it's one of XM's best Bruce Wayne portraits to date. They've done a lot of great ones over the years, but I do really think that this one stands out to me. And one thing that really stands out are all the red, the little red veins creeping in. I think that looks creepy. I think it really adds to the sculpt itself. I don't know how many people will display it this way, but it is a cool alternative head sculpt if you're interested in, adding this to your collection. So again, this is the Red Death version A, and again, it does go for pre-order October 28th, and I think it'll be very popular among fans. Obviously, Dark Knight's Metal is not for everybody, but it has a big following, and again, I think it's a really cool looking piece. The base is really, I'm not exactly sure if this is supposed to be the Batmobile. It looks like it might be. And again, I don't know the story well enough, but I do think it looked great. Here you can see the weathering, some of that silver. So, you just see red and black, but if you look really close, you do see some of those silver elements. And I think that looks really fantastic. And again, the bats look great. It's the black with the red highlights, and that really pops them and brings them to life. I just think that looks really fantastic. And again, it looks like it's taken directly from the books themselves, which is cool. And again, like I said, I know a lot of people out there really like Dark Knight's Metal. It's something that never really attached to me. I do like the Batman Who Laughs character, but the storyline is just not necessarily something that I would collect, but I do appreciate the art, that not only that it comes from, but the art that it is in 3D form. And I think XM did a really good job here of bringing this character to life from just about every angle. So again, you do get 1/4 scale here, version A, and that does come with that Bruce Wayne portrait. Now let's move gears to the second option. This is going to be option number 2 or version B, whatever you want to say. And this, of course, is going to be the gold version. This is the Barry Allen version where he has taken back control. Now you might say that this is a bit more simplified version, I guess, because it doesn't have the Bruce Wayne head sculpt, because this is obviously Barry Allen, and it is what it is. What you see here is what you get with this particular version, but it is absolutely beautiful. The colors are very vibrant here, and it actually, because of the gold nature, you actually get to see a little bit more of the detail a little bit better because it's not so dark. It's very reflective. It just gives a whole new look to the statue, even though it is the same. And I really think that this will be a big hit among collectors. Maybe it won't be as popular as the Red Death version, I think, but I think some collectors might like both versions, or possibly just having one or the other, of course. But I do think this is cool. I just think it's cool that they're offering a second take here. Again, same dimensions, same base. You're basically getting the exact same thing, except a completely different paint scheme here on the actual figure itself. And again, this is Barry Allen, and it is considered an XM exclusive. So I don't know if that means that you have to buy directly from them to get this one. I'm not exactly sure. But I mean, look at the reflective properties here. You can see the details really pop in a different way than you got with the red, and I think that's really cool. Again, the base looks great, and again, the only difference is obviously there's going to be the gold bats and some of the gold elements popping off the base versus those red and black ones. So it's just, again, it's just fun that they're offering two different versions. Again, this is version B, so make sure you understand that whenever you go to order this. Again, both of these are going to be up for pre-order Thursday, October 28th. As you're watching this, that date has probably already passed, but I definitely wanted to show all of this information, or share this information with you guys. I did want to point out the bats. I love the gold with the black. They could have easily just painted that gold. I love the fact that they added that black to give it some depth and also some movement. And this piece is going to be quite large. As of the recording of this, I don't have the price point yet. I would imagine it's going to be fairly high, just because this is a quarter scale piece, and look at the size of it. It takes up a lot of room. Well, I mean, you know, for a 1/4, it's not a 1/3, obviously, but it's going to be a sizable piece. And look at it next to the Batman Who Laughs, which I think looks really great. I cannot wait to see that particular piece in person. Again, this is not one that I would necessarily be interested in. I would love to review it for you guys, and hopefully we'll be able to do that here on the channel in a year or so when it comes out. But from top to bottom, whether you get the red version or whether you get the gold version, I think they're both really well done. Again, for me, I personally like the red version better, just because it's, you know, taken from the comic, and that's what I think of when I think of Red Death. Obviously, still a new character in terms of, you know, the history of the comic books, but it's a really cool piece, and I like this one maybe a little bit better too, because it does have that extra swap out, which is nice. It's always nice to offer a different variety to you know, allow you to change up your collection from time to time. But I am curious as to what you guys think. What do you guys think about these two statues? Do you have one that you like better? Do you think they're both worthy of picking up? And do you think this will be part of an entire line of Dark Knight's metal characters? Obviously, they've announced many of them, and so this is very exciting. So anyway, I do want to know which one you like better between the gold and the red, and also what you think of the overall sculpt. I also want to thank you guys so very much for checking out the video today. If you are new here, please make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, click that notification bell. You guys know the drill. And just thank you guys so very much for taking time out of your day to watch this hit or miss video. Thanks for watching. See you in the Batcave. Hey guys, thank you so very much for watching today, and if you're new here, please hit the subscribe button right here on the screen and check out these two awesome videos. I think you're going to love them. And also please join us on social media: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. I would love to have you join in all the fun. Thank you guys so very much for watching. See you in the Batcave.